So dear students, starting with exercise 2.5, question number 1 that we have got is use suitable identities to find the following products. The first part is x plus 4 multiplied with x plus 10. Now let us recollect the identity that is suitable for it is x plus a multiplied with x plus b. And this identity we saw was x square plus a plus b multiplied with x plus ab. We simply have to put the values. In place of x we have x, in place of a we have 4, in place of x again we have x, and in place of b we have 10. So we put the values over here. We have x square plus 4 plus 10 multiplied x plus 4 multiplied 10. This gives us x plus 4 multiplied x plus 10 is x square plus 14x plus 40. So this gives us the answer for part 1 of this question. The second part of this question is x plus 8 multiplied x minus 10. As we can see, the same identity can be applied over here is that is x plus a multiplied x plus b is x square plus a plus b multiplied x plus ab. The only thing that we observe over here is x is x. In place of a there is positive 8, but in place of b there is negative 10. That is what the values we have to put. So we put over here x plus 8 multiplied x minus 10 should be x square plus 8 minus 10 into x plus 8 multiplied negative 10. In place of b we are putting negative 10. So we get the answer as x plus 8 multiplied x minus 10 is nothing but x square. 8 minus 10 is minus twice x and minus 80. So this way we are able to apply the identity by putting the values of a and b with their signs. The third part of this question is 3x plus 4 multiplied 3x minus 5. Here again what we are saying is that we have the same identity x plus a multiplied x plus b giving us x square plus a plus b multiplied x plus ab. But we have to identify the values. In place of x we have 3x. In place of a we have 4. But in place of b we have negative 5. So we place the values along with their signs. What we get is 3x plus 4 x plus a multiplied 3x minus 5 x plus b should be x square, that is 3x square, a positive 4, b negative 5 x that is 3x plus 4 multiplied minus 5. Solve this out. Square of 3 is 9 x square. 4 minus 5 is minus 1. Minus 1 into 3 is minus 3x minus 20. That gives us the required answer for our part number 3. The fourth part of this question is y square plus 3 by 2 multiplied with y square minus 3 by 2. Now here we have to observe. It is of the form a plus x plus y multiplied with x minus y, x plus y multiplied with x minus y equal to x square minus y square. The only thing is, in place of x we have y square. In place of y we have 3 by 2. For x we have y square. For y we have 3 by 2. So what we can say, y square plus 3 by 2 multiplied with y square minus 3 by 2 should be x square. What is x? Y square. Its whole square. In place of x we are placing y square, which we have identified. 2x we have to place a square, so y square whole square minus, in place of y we have 3 by 2 and its square. So what we are getting as y square plus 3 by 2 multiplied with y square minus 3 by 2 should be y square raised to the power 2 is y raised to power 4 minus 9 upon 4. So that should be the answer to this part. The fifth part of this question is we have to multiply 3 minus 2x with 3 plus 2x. What we are saying again is here the identity used can be x plus y multiplied with x minus y should give us x square minus y square. But we have to identify what is x. What is x over here? It's 3. It's 3. In place of y, what is there? It's 2x. It's 2x. Let us put the values in the identities. What we get is 3 plus 2x multiplied 3 minus 2x should be 3 square minus 2x square. That means 3 plus twice x multiplied 3 minus twice x should be 3 square is 9 minus 2x square should be 4x square. So that should give us the answer for our fifth part. Now dear students, question number 2 is evaluate the following numbers or products without multiplying directly. That means indirectly it is saying use identities. You have to use identities. What we shall do? We shall break these numbers. 103 we can write at 100 plus 3. 107 we can write as 100 plus 7. So are we saying it is of the form x plus a multiplied with x plus b. X 100, a 3, x 100, b 7. The result of this is x square plus a plus b multiplied x plus ab. So let us work it out. 100 plus 3 multiplied with 100 plus 7, which is the same as 103 into 107, should give us 100 square x square. In place of x we have 100 plus a plus b. What is a? 3 plus b, that is 7. 3 plus 7 multiplied x, that is 100, plus a multiplied b. This should be 3 multiplied 7. Right? So this way we are able to solve it out. Let us work it out. How much is 100 square? That is 10,000. 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 multiplied 100 is 1000 plus 21. Can we add them up? That should be 11,021. That should be the answer for this first part. The second part of this, students, is 95 multiplied with 96. What shall we do? We'll break up 95 as 100 minus 5, 96 as 100 minus 4. Can we see the same identity? X plus a multiplied x plus b is giving x square plus a plus b multiplied x plus ab. Is it the same? What is x? X is 100. What is a? Minus 5. What is x? 100. And what is b? Minus 4. So simply you have to put the values. X square means 100 square. A minus 5. B minus 4 multiplied 100. A minus 5. B minus 4. So A into B. Okay? Solve it. This should give us 10,000 minus 900 plus 20. How much is 10,000 minus 900? 9,100. 9,100 plus 20 should be 9,120. 20. That will be the answer for this particular part. Dear students, the next part, third part is 104 multiplied 96. How shall we break this? We shall break this as 100 plus 4. How much is 96? 100 minus 4. Now here what I am seeing is the identity that best fits is x plus y multiplied x minus y is giving x square minus y square. Let us put the values. 100 plus 4 multiplied with 100 minus 4 should give us 100 square minus 4 square. Or that means this 104 multiplied with 96 should give us 10,000 minus 16. That should give us 9,984. So that will be the answer for this part. Please remember, whenever you are putting any identity, whenever you are using it, you are only putting the values of the terms. Question number 3, dear students, is to factorize the expressions using some proper identities. How shall we do that? The first thing that we identify is the number of terms. It is 3. We recollect our all 8 identities, and what we see only in the whole square identity, that was x plus y whole square and x minus y whole square, 3 terms were there, or it was in x plus a multiplied with x plus b. So this can be factorized with either of the identities x plus y whole square equals x square plus 2xy plus y square, or x minus y whole square equals x square minus 2xy plus y square, or x plus a multiplied x plus b was giving x square plus a plus b multiplied x plus ab. Only these 3 identities are there, where in the right hand side we have 3 terms. Out of these, if I see these 2 identities are having 2 whole squares, which we are having here, 9x square and y square. Next we judge all the signs are positive, so first identity will be best suited. So how we'll write this out? We will convert them into squares. We have 9x square is 3x square. First convert y square. That means the middle term is 2xy. What's x? 3x. What is y? Y only. So it should be 2 into 3x into y. Is it of the same form, x square plus 2xy plus y square? So we can write the identity first. X square plus twice xy plus y square is x plus y whole square. That means 3x whole square plus 2 multiplied 3x multiplied y plus y square should be, what is x? 3x. What is y? Y. And its whole square. This is the answer. Always remember, whenever you have to factorize them by judging the number of terms at the first step, and after judging the number of terms, try to correlate the given expression with one of the identities. Only then you are able to factorize them in a correct manner. In the second part, what we are identifying is 2 whole squares are there. 4y is a square of y square. 1 is a square of 1. The middle part is with a subtraction, which is 2 multiplied twice by multiplied 1. So it is of the form x square minus twice xy plus y square, which we know is x minus y whole square. So we convert this as 2y square minus 2 multiplied twice y multiplied 1 plus 1 square as, identify what is x? 2y. What is y? 1. So it should be twice y minus 1 whole square. Once again, please remember, each and every time you have to factorize, you have to correlate the terms with one of the identities. Then only you are able to factorize them correctly. The third part of this question is x square minus y square upon 100. Now here what we observe is there are two terms and they are subtracted. This gives us the clue that we should use the identity x square minus y square as x plus y multiplied x minus 1, because these two terms are whole squares. What we have is, first is x square as such. Instead of y, we have y upon 10 whole square. We should use the identity, put the value of x, put the value of y, put the value of x, minus put the value of y, and we get our answer of factorization. So that way you have to just once again what I told you is correlate with any of the standard identities, then you are able to factorize it. Question number 4 again is asking us to expand the expressions using suitable identities. Now in question number 4 what we are seeing is all the terms are, number of terms is 3. That means we have to use the identity x plus y plus z whole square as x square plus y square plus z square plus twice xy plus twice yz plus twice zx. Identity number 5 that we had discussed. So in this identity, in place of x we have x, in place of y we have 2y, and in place of z we have 4z. So let us put the values x plus 2y plus 4z whole square. X square means x square. In place of x it is x. In place of y what is there? 2y. So it should be twice y square. In place of z, 4z is there. So 4z square should be there. Now the next term is 2xy. 2 multiplied x multiplied in place of y is 2y. Next term is twice yz. 2 we take, instead of y twice y, instead of z we have 4z. Twice zx means what we have is, instead of z we have 4z and instead of x we have x. We have simply to square and simplify them. What we get is x square, twice y square is 4y square, 4z square is 16z square. That should be 4xy. 2 to us 4, 4 4 us 16 yz and 8 zx. That is the answer to the first part for our expansion. Again remember, whenever we are doing any such kind of expansion or factorization, we have to correlate our given question with any given identity. The second part of this question is 2x minus y plus z whole square. Again we are going to use the same identity, x plus y plus z whole square is giving x square plus y square plus z square plus twice xy plus twice yz plus twice zx. But we have to be careful about the signs. In place of x we have 2x, in place of y we have negative y, and in place of z we have positive z. In place of x, twice x whole square. In place of y, negative y square. In place of z, z square. We can put it directly. Twice x. What is x? 2x. What is y? Negative y. Twice yz, negative y, z, negative y, z. Zx means z and 2x. So 2 multiply z multiply twice x. Please remember, we have to take these terms along with their signs. So, simplify it, we have 4x square. Square of negative is positive y square. That should be z square. Minus 4xy minus twice yz plus 4zx. That is a proper answer and expansion of this part. Similarly, in part number 3, we have one negative term and the others are positive. We'll do it little fast. We have x plus y plus z whole square. The identity is x square plus y square plus z square plus twice xy, twice yz and twice zx. What we have to do is, in place of x we have to use minus twice x, in place of y we have to use 3y, and in place of z we have to use twice z. Minus 2x, 3y, 2z. Put it, minus twice x whole square, 3y whole square, twice z whole square, plus 2 multiplied negative twice x multiplied 3y, that's 2xy term, twice 3y multiplied twice z, that is twice yz term. For zx, what we have is 2 multiplied twice z multiplied negative twice x, that's twice zx terms. Simplify them, square is positive, so we have 4x square, 9y square, 4z square. 2 to us 4, 3 us 12, negative 12xy. 2, 3 us 6, 2 us 12yz. 2 to us 4 to us 8zx. So that is the proper expansion of this particular part. The fourth part of this question, dear students, is having two negative terms. We'll take care about both the negative signs. We are going to use the same identity, that is x plus y plus z whole square gives us x square plus y square plus z square plus twice xy plus twice yz plus twice zx. Let us put the values only, 3a minus 7b minus c whole square. We have first square, that is thrice a whole square. Y square, that is minus 7b whole square. Z square, that is negative c square. Twice xy means 2 multiplied 3a multiplied negative 7b. Twice xy. Twice yz means twice multiplied minus 7b multiplied negative c. Plus twice zx minus c and 3a. Twice negative c and thrice a. Simplify them. What we get is 9a square. Square is always positive, 49b square. Plus c square. 2, 3 are 6, 6, 7 are 42ab with negative sign. Two negative signs make it positive 14bc. 2, 3 are 6ca. Please observe, this gives us two negative terms and one positive in twice the product of two terms taken together. In the fifth part, what we have is minus twice x plus 5y minus 3z whole square. Again, we have only to take care of the signs. Rest, the same identity is going to be applied. X square plus y square plus twice xy plus twice yz plus twice zx. Put the proper values, minus twice x plus 5y minus thrice z whole square. What we have to take is x square, first value, minus twice x square. Y square, that is 5y whole square, z square, that is minus 3z whole square, plus twice xy minus 2x into 5y, twice yz means 5y into minus 3z, and twice zx means minus 3z into minus 2x. Simplify them. As we know, squares are always positive. So we have 4x square, 25y square, 9z square. How much it is? 2 to us 4, 4 5 us 20xy, 2 5 us 10, 10 3 us 30yz, 2 3 us 6, 6 to us 12zx. So that will be the answer for this particular part. Coming to the last part of this, students, we have some fractional terms. 1 upon 4a minus 1 upon twice b plus 1 whole square. We'll apply the same identity. In fact, this complete question is based on the same identity. So we have to apply it again and again, keeping in mind just one thing, that we have to keep track of the signs positive and negative of x, y and z. In place of x we have 1 upon 4a. In place of y we have 1 upon 2b with negative sign. And in place of z we have 1. Let us put the values. Instead of x we are keeping 1 upon 4a whole square. Instead of y we have minus 1 upon twice b whole square. In place of z we have 1 square. Next, put the twice xy term, twice. In place of x, 1 upon 4a. In place of y, minus 1 upon twice b. Twice yz term, twice minus 1 upon 2b multiplied with 1. And twice zx term, 2 multiplied 1 multiplied. What is x? 1 upon 4a. Simple. Now we have to simplify them. What we are saying, here we can cancel out 2. Here we can cancel out 2. Here we can cancel out 2 1 us 2 and 2 2 us 4. Square and simplify. What we are going to get is 1 upon 16a square. 1 upon 4 square is 1 upon 16 plus 1 upon 4b square. Squares are positive. Here what we have is 2 is cancelled, minus 1 upon 4 and a and b will be left, minus 1 upon 4 a and b will be left. Here what we have? Only negative b. Here what we have is only 1 upon 2a plus 1 upon 2a. So again we are saying, whenever we have one negative term in the whole square identity, we get two terms with the negative sign. Please keep this in mind. Whenever we have one negative term in the whole square identity for the 3 x plus y plus z whole square, we'll have two terms with the negative sign in the expansion. Dear students, question number 5 of this exercise is to factorize. And in both these parts, we are seeing we have got 6 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of these, 3 are complete square terms. That means we have to use the same identity, x square plus y square plus z square plus twice xy plus twice yz plus twice zx as x plus y plus z whole square. The only thing is, we have to identify two things. What are x, y and z? And which out of these 3 should be negative? right? So for this, first identify the x square is 4x square. So instead of x, we can use 2x. Y square is 9y square. So instead of y, we can use 3y. Instead of z square, we have 16z square. So instead of z, we can use 4z. All these three may be positive or negative because we have two negative signs. For identifying the negative term, I had told you one way in the examples. The way is, of the two negative terms, these two negative terms are involving variables yz and xz. Which variable is repeating in both of them, common in both? Z. The variable which is common in both the negative terms is negative. So here instead of z, we are going to use negative 4z. The basic thing in factorizing this kind of identity is identifying the negative term, which we will identify by identifying the common variable in the two negative terms, right? So let us put it in this form. We have twice x whole square, we have thrice y whole square, we have 4z whole square, but 4z was taken to be negative, put negative sign. Next we have 2 multiplied twice x multiplied thrice y, 12xy, positive it is, plus 2 multiplied 3y multiplied minus 4z, that's 24yz with negative sign, plus 2 multiplied minus 4z multiplied with 2x, that gives us 16xz with negative sign. So this is our given question, and this should be equivalent to x, that is twice x plus 3y minus 4z whole square. So this is the answer for the factorization after proper identification of negative sign terms and identifying the proper identity. The second part of question number 5 we are given in a little different manner. Here the three terms are having x square, y square, z square, but their coefficients are not perfect squares. But what we see, in twice the product of two terms, we are having square root 2's. That means this 2 can be taken as square root 2x square. This 8 can be taken as twice root 2 square. Root 2 square is 2. Twice under root 2 square is 8. So we can use these two things over here. Second task is to identify the negative term. What we are seeing over here is the terms having variables x and y, that is 2 root 2 xy is negative, and the term xz, 8xz is negative. The common variable in it is x. So what we can say, the variable x term should be negative, x variable should be negative, rest of them should be positive, and identity x plus y plus z whole square should be utilized. So let us put it in the standard form. What we have over here, 2x square is in fact twice x root 2x square, and this we have identified as negative. Y square is y square as such, 8z square is twice root 2z square. Let us put the other terms. Twice xy term should be 2 into minus root 2x multiplied y. That gives us 2 root 2xy. Twice y into twice root 2z gives us 4 under root 2 yz term plus twice zx. In place of z we have twice under root 2z. In place of x we have negative root 2x. 2 to us 4, 4 to us 8zx. And this actually is of the form x square plus y square plus z square plus twice xy plus twice yz plus twice zx equals x plus y plus z whole square. So we can write this whole as negative under root 2x plus y plus twice under root 2z whole square. This in fact is the factorization form of the given expression. Please remember, whatever expansion or factorization we are doing, that is always based on particular identity to which we relate our question. And this we have to identify very properly.